Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Brent of B.M.B. Tell It Like It Is. We are here to give you the news on what's going on in the world, and we hope you enjoy what we have to say.
So go to our page, like, subscribe. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So go to all of our pages, like and subscribe. That way you can get all our information uh, for whenever we do our show.
So we discuss each and every topic you can think about. We talk about church, sports, church hurt. There's nothing off the table for B&B. We're changing and helping our people one conversation at a time. So please, y'all, go out, like our page, subscribe. You got anything else on that?
Well, something very good for entertainment. If you're at home all day, HBO is streaming 500 hours for free.
Oh, nice.
And then the NBA is thinking about doing a 2K 20 tournament with NBA players, and I think they're going to have it live on TV, or it's something you have to log into.
Right.
I already know they got Kevin Durant signed up for it, and a couple other players. They're just trying to find other ways to keep people engaged during this time. So I think that'll be very interesting to see. It says NBA 2K tournament predicts from the NBA and esports experts.
Okay.
So, and I think it is going to be. It says the NBA 2K player tournament starts Friday. So it started Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, on ESPN 2. So it's on ESPN 2. So that's just something because it's actual NBA players that are going to be playing in the tournament and 2K experts. So that's something good in entertainment going on, because really ain't much going on with this coronavirus. So they're trying to find ways to keep people engaged. A lot of your like HBO, I don't know what Stars is doing, but making it free or putting free content, so everybody's watching TV now.
Yeah, you can get it for free. Yeah, I know we got YouTube TV now, and we get Epics for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, YouTube TV is pretty cool. You get a lot of
Is
channels with it. Yeah, even sports wise too. A lot of sports channels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about cord cutting?
Oh, for like
Where you once
cord.
had, cutting the cord.
But you once had cable, and now you have just your Wi-Fi. No, I think this is definitely the age. Just going that direction. Technology is. I know like my parents. They have direct TV, so it's satellite with them. And they don't have the Wi-Fi, so they have like their phones that they use for internet and just satellite. But in a lot of places, there's Wi-Fi now.
Right.
And you have streaming services like Netflix, and a lot of networks have streaming apps. So like CNN, MSNBC, news channels. You can just download the app and catch up on like your news, catch up on like important things. You don't really have to have cable service anymore.
Right.
Some of these streaming apps like YouTube have local channels, so you can still catch local TV without having to have cable. I think that's definitely the way it's going to be moving.
Right.
So like YouTube, Hulu is real popular. Hulu has their own TV.
Right.
Now, PlayStation used to have it, which they canceled it.
Which was good. I like PlayStation View.
Me too. I love PlayStation. I did too. But I think cutting the cord is a big deal, and I think a lot of people, even like the job that I work, we have a lot of. I know there'll be a lot of people calling in to like cancel their cable service, and they just want internet or Wi-Fi. So
right. Now, isn't it funny? Like back in the day when cell phone first started, it used to be you want more minutes and text message versus data, and as time progresses, it just flipped. Now you want more data, and you can get almost minutes and text for free.
For free, yeah.
And now with TV, I mean, you'd be going like, what is internet? Okay, just give me that thing, put it in the ceiling, let me hook it up to the back of my computer.
Right.
And you still had cable. And
Yeah.
now you're at the point now, you just can't have internet. You gotta have a certain amount of speed.
Right.
All these devices in the house
Yeah.
are
Okay.
off your internet.
Right.
Oh,
All
that's
connected.
amazing.
Yeah, a lot of things change, man. It's about, like you said, it's about speed now. Like how fast is my internet? Like minutes and text don't really
It don't matter no
matter.
more.
It's all unlimited, so you can get that. But it's about how fast my internet is. Which I guess that can bring us to the next conversation,
Okay.
which is 5G.
Oh yeah,
And how this 5G is going to be when it comes and what people are saying about it. And I know you had a video, Brent, that you sent to us about 5G. So what did you think about it, and just kind of what was your take?
Well, the brother in the video, he was just describing how, like, you know how you do a speed test on your phone just to see how fast the internet is, and he said he had to go to a 5G hotspot, and he said the speed went up to like 1500.
Yeah.
1500. But he said the downfall to it was you had to have a 5G phone. You couldn't have an older phone.
Right.
So I even think with he was doing it with what's them Android, the latest Android 5G phone.
Samsung. That's a Samsung
Galaxy. Yeah. And then I think like for us, I know both of us have Apple products.
Right.
So I have a 7, so mine wouldn't work.
Right, mine wouldn't either. The Apple doesn't make 5G right now.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay. See, I know technology, but some stuff I don't know. But and see, you work in that field, so
yeah.
I mean, but he was just saying how a wall could block it. Rain could even block it. You know, if the wind is blowing a certain way, it could block the signal of the 5G.
Right. Right. So it's real fast, but there's a lot of, like you're saying, there's a lot of problems with it as well. So they are working on the kinks, because 5G is not everywhere. It can't be.
Right.
Yeah. It takes up too much, like bandwidth and too much money to run it in a lot of places. So they got to make sure it's going to work and not be affected by rain, birds, or whatever can get in front of that signal.
So what do you think about what some people are saying about the radiation of it, with it causing health issues?
I was looking it up, but based on what I was reading, and I have heard it before, some people believe that it causes radiation, cancer, those types of things, but there's no studies there's done studies, but nothing's been proven about it. I don't think I would put a whole lot of stock into it.
Okay.
Until there's more studies done on it, and it can actually be proven that the radiation from the phone or these cell signals that are going out are causing people to get cancer.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing out there to really prove that. You just got people that believe it. Some people don't even use a cell phone because of that, or they still use one of those flip phones. They're like, 4G and 5G cause all this radiation. So I mean, but it's just not proof. You got people that believe it, but you can't really prove it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if I would put a whole lot of stock in that right now. But I did. What's that video you sent me was good, because I do believe that he was talking about how fast 5G is, and once 5G and what it can do with cameras, and how many just monitoring cameras or surveillance cameras that are just in the States and I think in China, and how it can, like, you can basically call for an Uber using your face, I guess on your phone. I think that's what he was talking about. The Uber will come pick you up. It'll see your face and just know who you are.
That's scary to me.
So it's just like, it's almost like it makes things easier and more, I guess, fluid, but it's scarier too, because it's like you can't do anything like without being surveillance and people watching, or something watching, satellite or a camera. And technology is so fast.
It's funny that you said that. I was talking to my brother the other day, and we were talking about those cameras at stoplights,
Mm-hmm.
and we was thinking this whole time that was something the city is doing. Those are third party companies that
Install
own
the cameras.
those, and we don't even know who own that. Some folks say it's a Russian company.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they having this much surveillance over you, and then able to. I got an Alexa. I don't even use it because when I saw that one video where that dude said, he said, "Alexa, are you recording me?" And she said, "Please read your privacy read your privacy notice for Alexa."
Mm-hmm.
And then it said, and then he asked Alexa, "Is the government listening to me?" And she didn't say nothing.
But
so I
No, go
I have
ahead.
an Alexa thing, but I plug it in only when I want to use it. Other than that, I keep it unplugged.
Right. There was that the whistleblower on the government spying.
Yes.
Because he said that they could see. I guess he used to work for whatever part of the government that was.
Right.
He said they could see everything. He said they could see everything, and if you had a camera on your device, and I guess if it was turned on, they could somehow, I guess, hack your device or get into it and see what you were doing. So that was, and he's like basically living. He's out there. I guess he's kind of on the run, in a way.
Wow.
Because he can't come back to the States if he could. I mean, I guess if he did, it's likely.
Because he didn't told the secret now.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I really think to think about it, what it could get to is scary, but I think there's a part like we may be halfway there,
Right.
The technology
and nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, the technology at a point now to where you really can't do a whole lot without someone else knowing, some third party knowing, some app tracing where you are. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with that, those kids in Florida with the coronavirus, or who potentially could have had it. They use those third party apps to trace once they left. They were spring breakers in Florida, and they use that third party app to trace where they went after they left Florida, just because those were potential, I guess, hotbeds for coronavirus, because they may have had it.
Okay.
Down there spring breaking. But it's just, it's just like, man, like what this could lead to, in the future. Like, will we even really have any privacy? Or will everything that we do start being monitored? Because they're saying they're trying to keep people safe.
Wow.
But do you do that at the expense of basically taking away our privacy, or taking away certain rights?
Wow.
So you just wonder sometimes what could happen. And even with this coronavirus, I know we know things are gonna work out and be all right. And our faith is not in man, but in God and a bigger power. But you wonder if life. What if this was permanent? What if this is the way we live? Like we had to Skype, or we had to talk, over the internet to loved ones. We can't go and see them. So there's just things to think about. What potentially could happen.
The new normal.
The new normal, exactly. The new normal.
Oh, that's you bringing chills down my back.
I'm sorry. It's just something to think about. But yeah, the new normal.
But I ain't gonna lie, I do miss seeing. Well, I see my parents every so often because they're in Temple and we're up here.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the simple fact of, I'm gonna go to Temple this weekend, go see mom and dad, and go see Bishop and Lady Mia and everybody, and hang out, and meet Courtney, Corey, y'all, all of us hanging out, acting like fools, and John and them.
Yeah.
And right now we can't. Or if we do, we're doing it at a risk.
Right, you're doing it at a risk. Yeah.
So I do miss doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with y'all, seeing y'all every weekend, us doing something, running the streets.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of, you kind of, yeah, you do miss it.
Right.
And then, you know, you got Easter coming up. And a lot of people can't travel even to go see their family, you know, for Easter. You know, and that's a real big day for a lot of people. Like they go see loved ones and things like that.
And the church.
And the church. And it's a big day for the church. Right.
Because tell you the truth, Easter is the church is Black Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got some pastors that have been preparing for Easter, maybe even since last year, or already knew what they were going to be doing for Easter, had it all set up, you know, and had it all ready to go. You know, and now with the way things are going, plans have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to change it up.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I used to be mad. I said, "Why they gotta call it Black Friday?" That when all of us go shopping or something, and somebody, my mom was like, "Nah, boy, that's the day when stores they go from being in the red to being in the black."
Right. Okay.
I said, "Oh, okay. Tell me something." I used to be like Michael from Good Time, little old black militant, black tie, everything. I'm still kind of like that, but and this is another good article to kind of speak on. That's on our not our YouTube. You can see it on YouTube, but on our Facebook page, on our social media page.
Okay.
We were talking about Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant, the now senior pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Latonia, Georgia, a suburb right outside of Atlanta, the black mega capital of the world. He actually had some COVID-19 test kits from a lab in, I think he said, in Florida. And he did an interview with Roland Martin Roland Martin Unfiltered, talking about the test, how he wants to give families of people, there's 1,000 tests, and he wants to give people an opportunity to get tested that won't have the opportunity to get tested, so more like your more disenfranchised poor people. And he it was set for this weekend. It was set to do it this weekend. Then Governor Kemp signed an order to stay at home order for their state. So he's gonna have to reschedule it. But my thing is the backlash that Pastor Bryant is now receiving. Now people are trying to, and I was looking at their news in Atlanta, and it made me mad how the tone that they were using. Like he was saying, how dare he try to charge, because the assessment was $25 and the test was $125. And a medical expert that the news was interviewing saying, this is not going to the church. This is not going to Pastor Bryant or us as the doctors, because I think she was one of the doctors that was set up to help test people coming in. And it's what the lab is charging. The lab is charging this. So for that $1,000 is about $250,000. So Pastor Bryant went on his live to bring awareness to it and to ask if we could help raise the funds for it as much as he could to help people so they wouldn't have to pay for it. And then he was saying, and it is true, your insurance could reimburse you for it. But he was saying, what about the people that can't pay for it, period, that need to be tested? That was his whole notion, was trying to help the people that can't pay for anything at all. So,
sure,
I mean, and he had to postpone it, and I just, hats off to Pastor Bryant for what he wanted, what he's still going to try to do for the community. And my thing is, all those people that had something negative to say, you always talk about what the church ain't doing, or how the church is trying to take advantage of people. Here's a pastor who already he's only been there, he's about to be there 2 years this coming up November, I think. He's a new pastor in a new city with a church in debt, still trying to do something to help the community. Whatever his past was, that's his past. You got one too. And I wasn't pointing at you, Brax, but the people that were criticizing.
I think he was pointing at me, though.
The people that were criticizing Pastor Brian.
Don't bring up my past, Brax.
Hey, as long as you don't bring up mine.
Don't bring it up.
But anyway, what other ministry or church you know that had actual tests to try to help the community that were disenfranchised? So hats off, B.M.B. Tell it like it is. We applaud what Pastor Brian is doing, what he's trying to do for the community and outside of Atlanta.
Right.
And I pray that everything works out where he can go ahead and get those 1,000 tests done. And I think he said within 24 hours you will know the results. So, hey, the man's putting in the work. So
Putting in the work, yeah.
he's putting in the work in Atlanta. So
yeah, that's good. He's trying to get those tests out to people who can't take them or who don't have insurance.
Right.
To get those tests. Yeah, that's a big deal.
And then you know, Bishop Jakes, what he was doing here in the city of Dallas, he's doing 1,000 meals for first responders. So he's trying to get relief to first responders.
Right.
So feeding them. Again, Pastor Brian, he said where he was doing 500 a month of free groceries, now he's doing 500 a day. I mean,
wow.
To people that saying that these churches are not doing anything, you might want to stop bad mouthing the church, because it might be you one day that might need the assistance of the church.
Right.
Oh, one thing Bishop, our pastor, is real big on. You said that mouth you use to talk bad about the church gonna be that same mouth you need to ask for the church's help.
Right.
And see, man, I think that's one reason I wanted us to do this. I wanted us to be a voice for the church. I want to talk about all news, but I want us to be a voice for the church where only thing you really hear the church in news is in scandals. You'll never hear nothing about when they do something big for the community.
Right.
Or, you know, stuff like that. So what else you got, bro?
What else I got?
You want to talk a little politics?
What you want? Like what? Like what about it? Oh, like,
well, I mean, your boy Bernie Sanders is still in the race.
Bernie's still in the race?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is he still in the race?
I don't know. This is my thing. I read an article saying he'll drop out by the time the New York primaries come around, and then he said he'll drop out when he when he's doing an interview. He said he's reevaluating his team, but he did an interview with The View with Whoopi Goldberg, and she just came and she said, "Why are you still in the race?"
Yeah, I think Why? Like why? I don't know.
I mean,
Bernie done lost like 40, 50 states already. Like
and them young people that he claimed that he could get out the vote apparently are not voting for him.
Right.
So what I don't want to happen is when it comes to the November election, I don't want the same thing that happened in 2016 where these Bernie supporters, they vote for a third party, or they don't vote, or they vote for Trump.
Right. And some of them, I think some of them are, I don't even know what the word to use, because I think once Roland brought up, he said he knows a Bernie supporter that told him that he's thinking about voting for Trump because of the way they treat Bernie. And I was like, you're doing more hurt than you are help.
Right.
Like you're not helping anyone. And it's almost like they don't know how to lose, or even, how to accept defeat.
Right.
Like you got to be bigger than that. You got to realize there's a bigger goal here. I feel like that loyalty is, it's like it's not there. It's almost like they are, I don't know, Brent. It's like
it's crazy, man.
I don't know, it's almost like they have no loyalty.
No, not at all.
And they always, they only want it to be their way or no way. How can you be bipartisan? How can you work with other parties when you can't even get along with people in your own party?
Right.
On similar issues.
Because my thing is, the same way when you talked about the person on Roland's show, on Karen Hunter's show, they were interviewing one of his, I think, surrogates, and the co-host of Karen Hunter's show, he asked her, he said, "How did you vote in 2016? She said, "I voted for Jill Stein." And if you could have saw the look on his face when she said that, and she said, "Well, the reason why I voted for Jill Stein because I live in the state of New York and Hillary was going to win that anyway." but he said, but still you voted for a third party.
The third party.
Instead of voting for Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
He said, that makes no sense to me.
Right.
I mean, so it goes on, and if you go on our Facebook page, we posted a article talking about Donald Trump is the only real winner if Bernie Sanders remains in the Democratic primary. I mean, you kind of, what was your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I feel that I don't think so. I think Biden, to me though, this is to me. Now I think Biden's support is a little stronger than Hillary's. I feel like people are coming out more for Biden than they did Hillary.
True.
And I feel like it's gonna take a little bit of work to get those Bernie supporters to support Biden, but I think the support is there, and people are, I think, more willing to support him than they were Hillary. I feel like he's going to have a stronger chance to win the nominee and the president, the presidential when he's ready. So I mean, Bernie, I feel like Bernie's hurting some, but I don't feel like it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna stop Biden. That's me though, from what I'm seeing.
Well, I'm here to tell you're wrong. You know how the folks when they be on these shows, they be talking, they just say you're wrong. But I agree with you wholeheartedly with that, definitely, because these primaries, what they're showing me, right? Sorry, that's my phone going on. What these primaries have, these Super Tuesdays has been showing me is that they just didn't like Hillary, and secondly, there is a lot more support for Biden right now. I mean, before the South Carolina primary, they pretty much counted this man dead, counted his campaign dead, saying he ain't got no money, which he didn't. He didn't have no money. They said he needs to drop out and support Bernie and all that. And then once Jay Claiborne, from the representative from South Carolina, said Joe is a person that we can trust, and by all means, the man is not perfect. Yes, we know about the Anita Hill thing. Yes, we know about the 94 crime bill. And if you look at the 94 crime bill, it was Joe Biden even said himself, it was the black mayors that came to him saying we need to do something about crime in our area. Did it go the way he wanted it to go? No. Even Bill Clinton admitted we got it wrong. And yes, a lot of our brothers went to jail for doing things. I mean, they went to jail and they shouldn't have went to jail. The 3 strikes you out rule. But I mean, my thing is now, okay, let's see how I can say this. Pray for me, Braxton.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got Republicans on this. I mean, I guess that's why we named the show Tell It Like It Is. You got Republicans. You have Donald Trump.
Donnell.
And as preachers would say, I done preached right there. Drop the mic.
You gotta keep going though.
But I mean, I can just stop right there. Do the ending credit. We're done. But anyway, you got Donald Trump. And let's say, for instance, that Biden does win the Democratic nomination. You have Trump, you got Biden. You got 70% of the things that you want with Biden. You got 30% of the things you'll get with Trump. Which is better? Right. Okay, I'll make it even better. You got 60 with Biden. You got 30 with Trump. No, 40 with Trump. Which is still yet better. And then people talking about, well, Biden this, Biden that, well, Bernie this, Bernie that. If who can ever we can get in there to beat this one? Right. This one. Okay, forget names. You got the Republican Party, you got the Democratic Party. Those are gonna be your 2 major parties. The only time the independents had power was when Ross Perot ran with Clinton and Bob Dole. Yeah. And then I think he also ran in '92 with Clinton and George Bush, the father. And I think that's the only time they had a good major chance, but still yet, it didn't do nothing but split the vote. And that's what this is. The third parties come in, they split the vote. But my thing is, yes, I will admit, Democrats, they take our vote for granted. We have come out in droves for Joe Biden to the point where we are the ones that are holding it down for him. I will admit, they do take our vote for granted. But my thing is, even with Obama, there were some things that he did for other organizations, other things that he did, and there was some things more he could have did more for the black people that voted him in. I will admit that, but still, yet you had a man with integrity that did things and did it right for the people. He wasn't perfect. He was not perfect at all. I still wish he would have did more things for the black race, for our people. But what would you have gotten with Republicans? They have never, to me, since I've been paying attention to politics and hearing my daddy fuss about Republicans, they have never done something to help the African American community. They too scared, like Roland would say, they too scared to come talk to us. My thing is, hold them accountable. If Joe gets in there and you are a Pacific type of, let's just say the Latin community, you have some things you want to hold him accountable. Hold them accountable. Now, I will admit, with the LGBT, the LGBT community, they held Obama accountable, and they told him, "Hey, we voted for you too, and if you don't get us some things that we need done, we ain't gonna vote for you in 2012." And look, they got some things done. For us, I just wonder, were we still at the inauguration still celebrating instead of holding them accountable?
I mean, we made it there, Brent, but at this point, I mean, I mean, we can't. I mean, it's over.
It's over.
He served
right.
his term. We got to think about our future and what we want our future to look like.
And if Joe Biden, if he wins, that's who I'm voting for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, instead of all of us complaining, hold the man accountable on what we need done. Bernie supporters, I think Bernie Sanders should have a conversation with Joe saying, these are the things that are progressive that we want done. Can we meet halfway with it on it? So instead of doing, because I know one thing, Joe is not for debt-free college. He's making it more affordable.
Right.
He's not for Medicare for all. He's all about fixing Obamacare. But it's somewhere in the middle where y'all can meet, so we can build a united front, and beat Donnell.
But I think that's what the Bernie supporters should realize, and that's what they need to learn. Pretty much, we gotta work together. You can't be all your way or no way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It can't work like that. You can't even work with other senators, other congressmen that way. You got to learn how to have some compromise, work together, be bipartisan. Work with with someone who may think differently from you. So, I mean, hopefully they don't hurt Biden's chances, or becoming a president.
Right.
I'm thinking, I mean, even look at it, Brent. So even the nominees that dropped out of the race, not Elizabeth Warren, I guess necessarily yet, but Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Harris,
Booker,
they're all supporting Biden.
Yang, right?
Yeah, Yang, yeah. So come on,
I hate
what else needs to be said?
The only supporter so far Bernie has received is from Reverend Jesse Jackson.
That's it. And I heard that's because he supported Jesse when Jesse was running.
Right.
So there's probably some a history there, past relationship, but no one else has come out to support Bernie.
And like you were just about to say, Elizabeth Warren, it was an article out earlier before we came on air saying how she hasn't fully endorsed him, but she has said that she's leaning that way. Especially he's the potential one. She said in the interview, he's the potential one to beat Donald Trump.
Right. He is. He is, and I think with the right running mate, if he can get the running mate right, people that voters are going to, trust and want to have there with them, I think he could beat them. I really
Mm-hmm.
do. I
Okay.
really
Now that you done said that, who you think his running mate should be?
who I think it should be. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Like I'm not. This is just kind of based on
You remember who I want? I want Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar. I don't think Shirley's running this year.
She can get out there and sing "Hold My Mule," and she can sing green beans, tomatoes, and things, and
Right.
hog, dog, chicken. You name it. I'm just playing, but go ahead.
I might throw two out there. I might throw two, but this is me though. So I know Biden said he's gonna pick a woman next, or a woman to run with him as his running mate, which I love that idea. Like the women this year, I feel have really come on strong and built and got a lot of support. And so I feel like, we're not far from a woman president. So but this year, with the way things have happened, it is really good. But I like Klobuchar and I like Harris.
Okay.
Those two I like. And I feel like one of those would be a good running mate for Biden.
Okay.
Even on, I guess, I need to go look up, I guess, some of the issues that they were running on. But I know Klobuchar and Harris, they both have a lot of experience as well. So all of them, Elizabeth Warren, a lot of them do. They all have experience. So,
but
those are two.
The two that my two, I would say Stacey Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing with Stacey, she's yet a progressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she could get that pull to the progressives to give them some hope on getting some of the things that they want done in a Biden administration.
Right.
And also she's young, she's smart.
Mm-hmm.
She knows politics. Basically the girl won the governorship of Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah.
But you saw what happened, with voter suppression.
Right.
But the thing that came out of that, so many people came in support to her, and her views on certain things for the state of Georgia. And ways to get it done. She had a plan for it, a good plan for it. I just think she would be a good backing to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Okay, if you pick Kamala Harris, I wouldn't pick her as a running mate. If you pick Stacey Abrams as your running mate, I would put her as my attorney general.
Harris, yeah. So Kamala Harris as attorney general. I like that too. Yeah,
and
I hope she still should have a place. Yeah,
right. In the administration, if they win, and then Elizabeth Warren. Now, even though she didn't, out of all the candidates in the 2020 Democratic, just drew a blank, but you know what I'm trying to say. She was the smartest. Elizabeth Warren was the smartest. She had a plan for everything.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a progressive I could have gotten behind, was Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, she was a better progressive than Bernie.
But the thing that killed poor Elizabeth, when they asked her how you going to put a number to the Medicare for all, and she did, and that's what killed her. Because Bernie Sanders has yet put a number to the Medicare for all.
Right.
So Klobuchar, yes, she to me she's just boring. I'm sorry.
She's boring.
To me she's boring. But
she got some supporters out there.
She do got some strong support out there.
She got some support, and so that support combined with Biden's support.
Right, and then a lot of people think the governor of Michigan.
Governor of Michigan, okay.
I can't remember her name, but she's been in the news lately because she gave a lot of flack to Donald Trump on how he's handling this coronavirus pandemic, and Joe Biden even said she's on the list for him to think about.
Right. Yeah.
And it was one of the ones that was on the impeachment. And speaking of impeachment, There was an article we posted talking about Donald Trump said he was distracted by the impeachment to think about the corona.
Oh, because he was distracted.
He was distracted from the impeachment hearing.
But that happened way before Corona. He got impeached before the coronavirus outbreak started.
The
right?
thing is, don't fall for the okie doke. Do not fall for the banana and the tailbite.
Banana and the tailbite.
So those are my picks. Who I think Stacey Abrams will be good. Elizabeth Warren will be good. But just know, Hillary Clinton laid the foundation for women to go ahead and get this done. She's not the first woman to run. Shirley, isn't it? I think Shirley Chisholm was one of the actual first women to. Well, she wasn't the first woman to run for president, but definitely the first Black woman to run for president. But what Hillary Clinton did in 2016, she laid a foundation for women to make it easy, because that woman went through hell.
Right.
That woman went through hell, and to be at the point where she was 3 million stronger than Donald Trump, I think she laid a good foundation for women.
She did. She definitely did.
Oh,
and I think you can see that now.
Yeah, I think people would appreciate that now versus what's going on right now. So it is what it is. So we're gonna say until the wheels fall off. Register to vote.
Right.
You know, you might have to do mail-in voting. It might come to that this election.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, vote.
Vote.
Bring further news. That had, with all the celebrity deaths that's been going on, one that comes to mind is Bill Winters.
Bill Winters, yeah.
Yes, he died at the age of 81. Man that sung the song "Lovely Day." Yeah. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Grandma's hang. Went to church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hang. Play tambourine so well. Grandma's hang. Used to give me a piece of candy. Woo! And then lean on me. Has gone on to be with the Lord. When you're not strong.
Oh, man.
Woo.
Sing, Brent, sing.
I feel it.
And I'll be your friend.
Yeah, I'll be your friend. Oh, Lord. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna be somebody to lean on. Y'all, Braxton, go ahead.
No, I'm letting you take it over.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm letting you take that song.
Woo, boy. I remember at Meredith, at Meredith Elementary, Dunbar and Temple, but we had to go to class. They had a thing where everybody had to come together, and I can't tell you how many times they played "Lean on Me."
You know me.
Boy, that got on my nerves. But rest in peace to Bill Withers, soul legend Bill Withers.
Also, jazz legend.
Yes, sir.
Ellis Marcellus, I think. Branford Marcellus' dad, and Wynton's dad, passed away as well. He had passed away of symptoms of coronavirus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He sure did.
During, I think, Louisiana and New Orleans. So rest in peace to him as well.
And to everybody that's affected with that has been passing lately during this social distancing, it is hard right now because you can't have the proper homegoing service for your loved ones that you want to have, because you can't have more than 10 people in the building or a crowd. And even some loved ones can't even come to the funeral. So I know this is a hard time right now for people that have lost loved ones. So our prayers go out to everybody that's affected by this in every way. And matter of fact, we're going to do a little quick prayer before we sign off, and just praying for our healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, first responders, desk clerks at hospitals, people that are still working at restaurants doing dine-ins where you can pick up your order, but you can't sit into the restaurant. Stockers at grocery stores, cashiers at grocery stores, grocery store workers, having to deal with the attitudes and everything of people with during this coronavirus. So we are lifting them in our prayers, and anybody that's doing work where you still have to be in communications with people, truck drivers, all that. Any type of work that you had to do where you had to still deal with the public.
Healthcare,
and then, healthcare, whatever it may be, and then people that have lost their jobs. Easier said than done, but still yet do not give up hope. Do not give up hope.
Do not.
Well, man, I think that's it for us here today. We've had a good show. We missing one, but Meldrick, we got you, dog. He did text, said maybe we can do something also tomorrow just so he can give his input on some stuff that's going on, and pray that everything is okay. And then, hey, just before we go, Brett, you want to lead us out in prayer?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Please do.
I'll lead us. Father God, we just thank you for this show, God. We thank you for the young man, God, Brent, Meldrick, and myself, God. We just pray that, God, your just your anointing and just your leadance and guidance be with us, God, throughout the show, that you show us what we should do, what we should say, and how to reach your people, God.
Yeah, yeah, oh, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, oh, oh.